Moving to Oregon was a fresh start. Towering pines whispered promises of adventure. I yearned for the crunch of dirt under my boots, the sun on my face. But the trails felt daunting alone. I missed the camaraderie, the shared stories, the safety net of familiar faces. Online hiking groups seemed like the solution, a chance to connect, explore, and build new friendships. Maybe even find a kindred spirit who understood the call of the wild. I scrolled through profiles hopeful, each post a potential adventure. But finding a reliable hiking partner felt impossible. Schedules clashed, ambitions differed. Some vanished after a single message, leaving me wondering if I'd imagined the connection. The mountains beckoned, but fear held me back. Solo hiking meant vulnerability, a risk I wasn't ready to take. I craved the solace of nature, the rhythm of my own footsteps, but not the fear that shadowed them. Then a message popped up. "Hey, new to the area too. Love your hiking pics. Let's hit the trail sometime." His name was Mark. We messaged for weeks, discussing favorite trails, gear, and our shared love for the outdoors. He seemed genuine, enthusiastic. My apprehension eased. We planned our first hike, a moderate loop trail with stunning waterfall views. The hike was exhilarating. We chatted easily, sharing stories and laughter. Mark knew the area well, pointing out hidden waterfalls and native plants. Relief washed over me. I'd found someone who shared my passion, someone who understood the pull of the wilderness. Over the next few months, our hikes became a regular routine. We tackled challenging trails, pushing our limits, reveling in the shared accomplishment. Doubt lingered in the back of my mind, a whisper I tried to ignore. But the mountains were calling, and I didn't want to face them alone. With time, the dynamic shifted. Mark became possessive of my time, dismissive of my suggestions. He'd show up late, unprepared, expecting me to adjust. One evening, he messaged about a challenging overnight hike. I hesitated, explaining I wasn't ready. His response was short, edged with irritation. "Come on, don't be scared. It'll be fun." Guilt gnawed at me. This wasn't the partnership I envisioned. On our next hike, we argued. He'd dismissed my concerns about an alternate route, a route I knew to be dangerous. He laughed, calling me timid, saying I was holding him back. Frustration simmered within me. His words echoed in my ears long after the hike ended. The mountains, once a source of solace, now felt tainted with unease. His behavior was a red flag, a warning I couldn't ignore. The fear I'd suppressed resurfaced, stronger this time. I realized I wasn't just afraid of the wilderness, but of the person I was hiking with. We were deep in the woods on a remote trail when it happened. Mark, agitated, started arguing again. The air crackled with tension. Then his anger turned on me. He yelled, his face contorted with rage. Panic surged through me. I was alone, miles from the trailhead, trapped with a man I no longer recognized. Adrenaline propelled me forward. I kept my voice steady, trying to de-escalate the situation. Each step was a prayer. He followed, his anger a tangible presence. Reaching a fork in the trail, I veered right towards a more populated path. He didn't notice, continuing straight ahead. Relief washed over me, tinged with lingering fear. I never saw him again.